What's up, tea freaks? This is James.
This is a slow start. This is Denny from
I had to
TeaDB.
think of how I was going to insult them.
Bringing you guys episode 324. I don't think we actually said the episode number last time. Oops.
I do not remember.
Don't hate us.
Swap the cups.
Let's get this olfactory experience out of the way. So, tea side.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah, so this
Ancient.
is a Pu'erh, well, not a Pu'erh style tea, harvested in Thailand,
Right.
supposedly. I don't know why you would make that up. And it's sold by Teaside, who I met over in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And this is supposedly quite old, 1988. So we definitely personally saw this tea being harvested when we were 2 years old. Excited to try it. We have not had this tea before, so I can't say impressions yet, but
It smells old.
yeah.
It smells like it fits the genre. Just from the initial smell. Let's give it another. Yeah, interesting to see. So it definitely has that kind of little vegetal, little pencil shaving smell to it. And I'm just going to do this and hope nothing bad happens. And dump. And actually, I'm going to smell this too. It's light here. A little spicy. Beautiful color.
Yep.
Got some red.
So
Fits the old category as well.
right. And also fits not being a ripe tea.
If it quacks like a duck.
I think it's more like a 1987. No, I have no idea.
A 1987 duck?
Yeah. Finally aged.
Yeah, anyone who thinks that they can actually perfectly guess the exact age of a tea, we'll see you outside behind the dumpster at recess.
Yeah. Oh! Now we're bullying people.
Yeah! Cyberbullying.
This
time on TV.
Cyberbullying. This is like
that's what they worry
idiot's
about.
conception of cyberbullying. We're gonna beat you up in the back of the playground.
Yeah, we're not the guys who get beat up at all, ever. No. Yeah, we're tough.
Yeah. Remember when we didn't film for 6 weeks because we had black eyes?
Alright, let's drink.
Yeah, nice liqueur on that. The clarity looks pretty good too, I gotta say. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. My girlfriend's mom makes fun of me for doing these faces, and I know I just did one. You guys can meme that or whatever later. Very interesting. It has a sweetness that's uncommon from what I would associate this flavor category as.
Yeah. At the same time, it does have some of this like root vegetable sweetness, sort of like celery or tomatoes from the earth, but it is a little light. And it's almost got like the stevia-like character to it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah.
It's not actually terribly thick or heavy, I would say, for a raw. So
yeah, and I don't taste the age nearly as much as I think I smell it.
You definitely can smell it. That's for damn sure.
Not that just to be clear, not that it smells like dank or mushroomy per se, but more like it just has that category of flavors. I love tomato vines as a descriptor. I think it's like the perfect thing. If you folks have a tomato plant out there, you go to Lowe's or whatever, Home Depot, I don't know, and just get your hands in there and then give them a sniff. Same thing with any of those herbs too, and you'll find that you'll notice those flavors. And so much of tea, people are like, oh wow, how do you think of this stuff? It's like, I just know what that smells like, and that's like kind of what it smells like. I'm not some all hail James for his amazing palate. And certainly you get more, maybe more knowledgeable about the different things that you can taste in these teas, different things to expect, or things that are not there that you would have expected. But even then, look, everyone knows what tomato vines taste like when you go and rub your hands through them and you smell them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, go to Lowe's, take a sniff of that, and then go to
This
the back
video
to
is-
school section and shave some pencils, hang out with the little children, and smell some pencil shavings, and then you have this tea.
This video brought to you by Lowe's and your local pencil shaving company.
Walmart, I don't know.
Get in here again and tell me if you don't get more of those, a little bit of the ripe characteristics of kind of like a brandy, maybe like a little bit of like a cherry oak.
I could get the cherry oak for sure. It's definitely like a woody category. I feel like the tea and the aroma is cleaning up a lot too. It's getting a clearer. It's changed each steep too.
Yeah,
I would say.
Let's go ahead and do it. You're totally spot on about the viscosity. It's I'd say light. I think that if I were, I think one thing that some of these teas might lose with the age is a little bit of that oomph. Some of these teas cool off from being an atomic bomb of flavor, and they come to their own but still being strong. This one tastes light. I think that you can tell this might not be a typical aged pu'erh.
Yeah, maybe a pu'erh from Yunnan would be a little thicker bodied or something like that. This one does have a lot of complexity, so I think the storage was a little bit less intense as well. It feels a little less warehouse than some of those Hong Kong ones, and I do like that warehouse taste too. So that you can get from those. So I think the storage might be at least somewhat different. We'll have to take a look at the.
Whereas your pu'erh closet just is like warehouse factory. It's like
I don't even think that's on that level. You gotta take your tea into the side of the mountain in Hong Kong to get those notes.
Totally. So I'm gonna push this one a little bit just to see.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I just reboiled the water. I gave it a little bit more of a swirl. We also have an actual pot here that has a very thin and long spout that can be prone to clogging. So of course the necessary tea pick, but also,
also to ward off any intruders.
Right, stop the demons, the tea demons that are every episode. We try to fight them off.
Yeah,
keep on coming. Anyway, so deeper color, definitely. And again, this might not be the perfect way to brew this tea because on TeaDB, we're here for science. We're here to experiment a little bit and to push some of these teas a little bit more than maybe you ought to. But yeah, really clear, or like clean rather, maybe a little cloudy at this point, but.
Might be the Chai.
Actually, that's true. I think it is the Chai. Seen some use. Yeah, look at there's like no sediment, no. Very clean. Beautiful color.
Does this taste like a raw to you? Like, would you be able to distinguish this between like something that was ripened?
I think so. I think it has more going on than just those more characteristic cherry notes. It has a little bit more of that vegetal feel going on too. Yeah. Maybe I couldn't tell you how, I definitely couldn't tell you that this is 5 versus 10 versus 20 versus however many years old it is necessarily. But I do think that, it's, if you had to guess the color, the flavor profile, the aroma, I think it'd be pretty easy to guess. So.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's a little sharper, I think, than you would get for a ripe tea. I think those ripe teas, especially one that is this old, would be extremely soft and smooth.
Yeah,
and this one just has a little bit of an edge to it still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think some characteristic that ripe has that this one doesn't quite as much is ripes can tend to be a little bit more viscous and thick.
That oily. Too, yeah. If this tea had been Hong Kong stored and had more intense storage, I think it would be a lot harder to tell if it were a ripe or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Getting a little evolution of flavor here. Maybe a little bit of some bitterer notes, a little bit more earthy and mineral-y now in an interesting way.
Yeah.
Not getting as much of the sweetness that I think we initially had.
Yeah. When would the ideal time for you to drink this, Denny?
I think these sorts of teas, I do kind of give more attention to. Probably would be later on in a session for the day.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would be starting my day off with this kind of a tea. It just has a little bit more complexity. Good residual flavor, definitely.
What about in the winter versus summer?
Yeah. That's a good question. This isn't quite as bold as my favorite palate tends to enjoy in some of the colder months. So we're kind of a colder day, kind of a humid day today. In summer, and actually I feel like this is a pretty good match for that.
Yeah.
So
this is a warming tea, but maybe not as intensely warming as some other teas of this age would be.
Yeah, look at that color.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
Yeah.
Very clean. This is beautiful red.
Mom test?
I don't think so. I don't know. It's not aggressive. So in that sense, I think some people might find it interesting, but there's enough sort of unique flavors going on here that I think some people would be pretty turned off by that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you'd have to explain yourself for this tea a bit. It's a little too foreign, whereas like this Wooey, it's like, it could be foreign too, but in like a nice way.
Right.
Yeah. More understandable at least. Yeah. But if your mom is a pencil shavings tomato vine mom, then it might be right up her alley.
Yeah, she's right at home with this one for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the pencil shavings tomato vine moms out there. Love you, all of you.
It's definitely a subreddit, right?
All one of you.
Yeah. We just spoke to someone like they've never been spoken to before.
Right.
Yeah.
They understand me.
I don't think we do, actually. Cheers. Sort of got like this vanilla character to it.
I was going to say, it strangely is feeling more ripe.
Yeah, yeah, it's like that's the note that
Right.
I just about only get in ripe, very rarely raw.
And more woody, a little bit less of that vegetal thing going on. Definitely tasty. I don't think I've said that at least yet, that I'm enjoying this. It's unique. It's not typical, definitely. Like, I would probably guess that this is aged raw and then say, but I don't know, something's funky about it, you know? And so again, this is from Thailand, not typically known for Pu'erh-like teas necessarily, or just teas in general yet.
Right.
Teaside and other companies are trying to bring about
that change.
More exposure.
Right, yeah, and Teaside, for those of you not familiar with the geography of that part of the world, it's in northern Thailand, and Yunnan is also kind of a odd part of China too. It's the southwest part, so they're actually pretty close together.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta kind of hop through Laos and then up to Yunnan, and so it's all kind of close together in that same part of the world, so it's not like the craziest thing to be having a Thai-grown pu'erh.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a somewhat similar climate too, I would guess. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely not as long of a history and as much of a production demand there, though. So
yeah, also very hard to verify. I mean, it would be hard to verify a Yunnan-grown pu'erh from this era as well.
Yeah, very interesting. But look, I think we both agree this tastes authentic. I don't think that I could tell you exactly that it's XYZ number of years old, but it definitely does taste like an aged, fairly cleanly stored old tea.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I think this is going to be our final steeping.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. A little sweeter again, and I gave that a good amount of time. I like that this tea is very dynamic.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly so. I mean, like, definitely more so than your average replacement level sort of 30-year-old tea, whatever that would be.
Right. Hard to get exposed to these. I say one of the biggest differences would just be that sense of like thickness and viscosity.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a little bit lighter, and if we're gonna grade stuff, that might be a point against it, just because I might want something a little bit even more oomph out of a tea like this.
Yeah.
But with that being said, this might be a great introduction for some of you folks who want to taste older raw, but without getting like you're
Right.
destroyed, basically. So, I mean, they tend to be they tend to cool off, certainly. But this might be a more comfortable way to start.
Plus, the fact of the matter is that you can't really find raw pu'erh from Yunnan verifiably that's like this old very easily at all. When you do, it's extremely expensive. I don't know exactly what this costs, but my assumption is that it's probably a little more affordable.
Yeah.
So if you are married and you do not want to get a divorce, then this might be a better substitute towards buying. Given, I just got to hit all the keywords we had on the teleprompter. Got to speak to the pencil shaving tomato
basic
line.
Income. What else do we got?
Andrew Yang. Yeah.
Teaside, check them out. Check us out on TeaDB.org for more teas that from Teaside, as well as teas from all sorts of places across the world, except for Japan mostly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Despite being some of our most popular.
We'll do it at some point. We'll come back. We did a lot of Korean teas. Anyway, we've done a lot of different teas.
We need
teas
to
from Hawaii.
put you back in a cast.
I know, right?
Teach me. That was actually probably one of our more popular.
It was because I was downtrodden and disabled. No, just kidding. Sorry for offending people. I probably just did. Anyway, that's gonna happen because it's TeaDB. Y'all know that. Get your mom to subscribe anyway. TeaDB.org, TeaDB.org@gmail.com. TeaDB is for Instagram? Is it just TeaDB?
Might be TeaDB.org.
Yeah.
One of them's TeaDB, the other ones are TeaDB.org.
Anyway,
so,
look it up, and we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.